Tell her I'm sorry, Zhang Linghe breaks down in tears during press interview. For weeks, the world has watched Zhang Linghe remain quiet, too quiet. As online whispers turned into shouts, and paparazzi lenses pointed in every direction hoping to catch a glimpse of Bai Lu, the man at the center of the storm had remained noticeably absent. Until now. In what was meant to be a routine promotional appearance for his upcoming drama, Zhang Linghe's unexpected emotional breakdown has now become the most talked about moment on Chinese entertainment media and the rawest display of vulnerability we've seen from him since the beginning of the scandal surrounding Bai Lu's pregnancy and disappearance. And it all began with a single question. Are you still in contact with Bai Lu? The question came midway through the event, posed by a bold journalist from a national tabloid. At first, the atmosphere in the room remained composed. Zhang Linghe's manager subtly signaled to skip the topic. But something in his eyes shifted. Instead of ignoring the question, Zhang Linghe leaned forward, fingers locked, eyes down. Silence. Uncomfortable silence. Until his voice, low and cracked, broke the room like glass. No. I'm not. Gasps rippled from the front row to the balcony. Phones went up. Flashbulbs flickered. The room collectively leaned forward. She's gone, he continued, swallowing hard. And I don't know where she is. The apology that shook everyone. He didn't stop there. The manager, now visibly anxious, tried again to shift topics. But Zhang Linghe waved him off and spoke directly into the microphone, blinking rapidly as emotion swelled. If anyone out there can reach her, he said, voice shaking. Tell her I'm sorry. Please. Just tell her that. His voice cracked fully then, and he paused, covering his mouth with his hand as tears visibly formed. The crowd didn't know how to react. This wasn't the polished actor they'd come to know. This wasn't a performance. This was heartbreak unfolding in real time. I hurt her. I didn't mean to. I thought I was protecting her. I thought distancing myself would keep her safe. He trailed off, jaw clenched tightly. Someone from the audience quietly murmured, Bai Lu, and another called out, where is she now? But Zhang Linghe only looked down. The timeline of guilt. Let's rewind. 3 months ago, a leaked message hinted that Bai Lu might be pregnant. Her sudden disappearance shortly after only fueled the rumors. When her agency issued a cryptic statement confirming she was taking an indefinite break from public life, fans began speculating the worst. And then came the threats, vicious, personal, and unforgivable. Online mobs accused her of shame, of career destruction, and even questioned the identity of the child's father. Despite widespread outrage and defense from many fans, Bai Lu vanished completely. What we didn't know until now was that Zhang Linghe has not spoken to her since she left. According to sources close to his team, he tried. Calls went unanswered. Letters returned unopened. And the day she left her apartment, she left behind no trace of where she was going except one note, torn at the edges and unsigned. Sometimes love isn't enough. Sometimes silence is louder than screaming. The guilt that's eating him alive. During the second half of the press conference, reporters tried steering the focus back to his drama, but it was clear Zhang Linghe's mind was elsewhere. He answered questions mechanically, barely lifting his eyes. Afterward, backstage cameras captured a haunting moment, Zhang Linghe sitting alone in a dressing room, head in hands, whispering something repeatedly to himself. A lip reader later confirmed what he was saying. I should have fought for her. I should have gone after her. It's my fault. What happened between them? No one knows the full truth, but those close to the couple say things were tense in the final weeks before Bai Lu vanished. Rumors suggest her pregnancy was unplanned, and both stars were under pressure from agencies, endorsements, and family expectations. One close source said, Linghe was scared. Not of being a father, but of how the world would treat her. He begged her to wait, to keep it quiet, maybe even not go through with it. That broke her. She thought he was ashamed of her. Another added, he loved her. But he tried to love her from a distance. And that destroyed everything. The fan reactions. Within minutes of the press conference going viral, social media exploded. #TellHerI'mSorry began trending on Weibo and quickly reached global charts. Comments ranged from heartfelt empathy to pointed blame. He looks broken. I hope she sees this. Too little, too late. Where was he when she was being attacked online? Find her. Please. Someone find her. A particularly viral post read. Zhang Linghe finally said the words we were all waiting for. But does Bai Lu still want to hear them? Where is she now? This remains the biggest mystery. Multiple sources claim Bai Lu is still in China, possibly in a remote region. Her phone remains off. Her social media accounts have been wiped. A delivery worker in Yunnan claims to have seen her at a small clinic, but this is unverified. What is confirmed, however, is that Bai Lu is still pregnant, and her due date could be within weeks. Security around any suspected locations has increased, and her former agency has refused to comment. Meanwhile, fans have taken it upon themselves to protect her privacy, circulating messages discouraging others from doxing or tracking her. But curiosity, of course, is still high. So what happens now? The moment Zhang Linghe broke down on camera, the narrative changed. He's no longer the distant, silent figure that fans were accusing of abandonment. He's now the man chasing a shadow he may never catch again. And maybe he knows that. If I ever see her again, he said during the last question of the event, I won't ask for forgiveness. I'll just thank her for loving me once. A single tear traced down his cheek. Then he stood up and walked away. Tell her I'm sorry. The tears, the silence, and the missing letter. The world expected a press tour. What they got was a confession. A breakdown. A cry for redemption in front of 1,000 cameras. But what happened after Zhang Linghe left that interview chair trembling, broken, and visibly haunted was even more unexpected. The chaos of that interview didn't end with the broadcast. In fact, for those close to him, it had only just begun. The private backroom meltdown. Moments after stepping off stage, Zhang Linghe collapsed, not physically, but emotionally. Inside the waiting room at the venue, security staff quietly stepped aside as he gripped the edge of a dressing table and let out a sound that was half a groan, half a whisper. He just kept repeating her name, said a lighting assistant who witnessed the scene. Bai Lu, Bai Lu, Bai Lu, over and over. Like he was trying to bring her back by saying it enough. His manager, red-faced and flustered, attempted to calm him. You shouldn't have said all that. It's going to stir up more trouble, he scolded. But Zhang Linghe didn't flinch. Let it stir, he muttered. She's somewhere alone, carrying our child. The least I can do is stop pretending like I don't care. Those words, overheard and leaked by a crew member, are now everywhere. Memes. Fan edits. Reels. And most notably, commentary from one of Bai Lu's closest former friends. Insider speaks out. This wasn't part of the plan. In a now-deleted social media post, a verified account belonging to a former stylist of Bai Lu's shared this chilling line. I don't think she ever wanted him to beg publicly. This wasn't part of the plan. She needed safety. Silence. Not another spotlight. The message sent shockwaves across platforms, suggesting that Zhang Linghe's emotional outburst may have inadvertently jeopardized Bai Lu's peace, or worse, her location. Fans were quick to point fingers in all directions. Some applauded his raw honesty. Others accused him of selfishness, of turning her pregnancy into a redemption arc for himself. But somewhere in between the applause and the outrage, came the letter. The undelivered letter that never made it to her. According to sources close to his studio, Zhang Linghe wrote a letter to Bai Lu 3 weeks ago. The letter was never delivered. It was returned, unopened, stamped with a cold red label, address not found. Insiders claim the letter was filled with everything he couldn't say to her face. Apologies. Memories. Regrets. A promise to wait, no matter how long. One staffer recalled a line from the letter. You disappeared, and I let you. Maybe that was the biggest mistake of my life. When asked about the letter during a private follow-up interview, clips of which have now been leaked, Zhang Linghe grew visibly uncomfortable. He nodded once, slowly, then looked away. She'll never read it, he said, voice hollow. But I meant every word. An unexpected phone call. Just when fans thought the storm had reached its peak, an anonymous call was reportedly made to Zhang Linghe's studio. The caller didn't say who they were. They didn't ask for a callback. They simply left a message. She saw the interview. She cried. That's all you need to know. The message ended abruptly. No trace of the number. No confirmation of who it was. But Zhang Linghe reportedly stood in stunned silence after hearing the voicemail for nearly 5 minutes. Then, for the first time in days, he smiled. She cried, he whispered. That means she's still listening. The search continues. I'll go to the ends of the earth. Since that day, fans and insiders have noted that Zhang Linghe has cancelled multiple press appearances. His studio claims schedule restructuring. But several people close to the actor say otherwise. He's not resting, one crew member admitted. He's planning something. He's looking for her. Personally. There are rumors he's hired a private investigator. That he's spoken to her mother. That he's been reviewing past travel logs, clinic names, deleted photos. Anything. He's done pretending. But the million-dollar question remains, does Bai Lu want to be found? Social media's divided war. The hashtag #TellHerI'mSorry has now generated over 6 million posts, with videos of Zhang Linghe's tear-streaked face being set to every heartbreak song imaginable. But it's not just fans creating content. One popular influencer and former entertainment reporter made a compelling point. Zhang Linghe is not crying because he lost her. He's crying because he didn't fight when he still had the chance. That's not romantic. That's tragedy. Others disagree. He's showing vulnerability. For a man in this industry, that's rare. Give him grace. And in the middle of it all, the one voice still missing is hers. What comes next? No one knows where Bai Lu is. No one knows what she's thinking. But one thing is certain, Zhang Linghe is no longer hiding behind silence. His sorrow is public. His pain is real. And now, the entire country is watching what he does next. He may not know where she is. He may never find her. But one message has echoed louder than ever before. He still loves her. And he's sorry.